welcome in. Thank you all so very much for being here. I surely do appreciate it. We are live with some Friday Night Zombies. Thank you to our good friend. Oh, I almost... Because I'm actually using it for the game. I was like, where did I place it? It's always right here. If you are a fan of dice, if you are a fan of necromancy, if you are a fan of cool designs, you can get 10% off your DMDM Studios custom dice case over at ko-fi.com/theshadysale by using code RPGINN at checkout. Thank you very much to RPGN and to Natisha of the Shady Sale. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn things on over to our Master of Zombies, Soul.
Zombie Master is a cool title. I jive with that.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome back, everyone. Sorry about last time. I live in an area with outdated electrical infrastructure. We've got bad transformers, etc. Storm blew through, knocked everything out, and this has been a problem for the last week. Up until this morning, there were actually 4,000 homes in my area completely without power for the last 36 hours.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it made news. I think it might have made national news a couple of places around in the Clarksville area. No power. So yeah, that's kind of the situation here. Fingers crossed, we're good today. Like I said, they got power restored locally. We've had some windstorms here, so if wind kicks up and it knocks out power again, we're going to vanish again. Sorry about that. Can't predict it. But we really dropped off in the middle of combat last time, so we're probably going to pick up in media res pretty quick. Just wanted to, before we jump into it, before we get back to that gripping scene with Hank and Odessa and all the rest of the crew, thank you all for carrying on with us. This will probably be either the last or the penultimate episode before I go back and do some rewrites. If you aren't following us, if this is your first time seeing it, I am actually writing a Forged in the Dark hack. And this is the playtest of. So I've got a lot of revamping to do based on some feedback, and I'm really excited to do it. So maybe in a couple months you'll see us back again. But right now we're wrapping this one up, playing out through the Horde phase, as I've come to call it, and we'll go from there. I know everyone else has got some big projects coming up. Once this goes off the air, I think Red's got a game that's going to be featured here on the old Dim Dim.
Yeah, on the old Dim Dim. 100%.
On the old Dim Dim Studios. I'm going to be running Pathfinder, folks.
Dim Dim Studios.
It's a mercenary campaign. I won't go into too much detail about it, but I will be, and I have posted artwork of all the characters that'll be participating. And very much looking forward to running some Pathfinder on Dim Dim Studio. Am I going to be the first Pathfinder show on that regard?
I think you will, actually.
Hey, hell yeah. So, no pressure. Never run Pathfinder before, but I've run Starfinder, and they're pretty similar.
I think so. 3 action economy.
Yeah. Well, Starfinder doesn't have that, so...
Yeah, Starfinder's a little bit different than there.
I've only played it once or twice.
Starfinder is action, swift action, and blah, blah, blah. But,
gotcha.
Yeah, and move action. So it's very similar. But, yeah, I'll no pressure.
It's going to be fine.
I'll be making my own maps for that too, so they'll also be going up on Coffee. So a little promo there. If you want to give me some money every month, you can get a new map every single month, picked out by Derek. So if you have a specific prompt you want to give Derek to give to me, let's do that.
I try to use them as often as I can, and they get used sometimes. Usually it's when I actually have time to prep for something and can think to use it.
That's fair. I appreciate it. Thanks, Sol, for the little promo there. Appreciate it.
I mean, just trying to make things consistent for everyone here. Does anyone else have anything cool going on? Any cool ideas? Any neat projects going on before we jump into it?
I'm working on a Dark Souls-inspired tabletop role-playing game, but it's in pre-alpha stage. I've had one of our good homies here on Dim Dim, Dylan, come on to help me out a lot. And then I'm going to be bugging Soul, I'm going to be bugging Red, I'm going to be bugging Omni, I'm going to be bugging Andy, all my homies that I know about game design, probably the whole time, so they're going to have to deal with that.
Oh no, how awful.
But I don't know when that's going to be. I don't know when that's going to be ready for anything other than when it happens.
Cool. JJ, anything cool going on? Anything? I know you're in a couple of different groups there.
Yes.
This Sunday is actually going to be our first session of the new Cyberpunk Red game that we're playing over on Girls Run These Worlds. I am super excited. Super excited. And let's see.
What are you going to be playing?
Thursdays? Huh?
What are you going to be playing?
Oh, so I'm going to be playing a Lebanese media influencer, which is pretty dope. I'm going to be a what's it called? Media. That's like my
yeah,
role.
sick.
Yeah. So
Media's not a popular choice. I'm gonna be excited to see that.
Yeah, is it not? I just thought it was like interesting. So I was like, oh, I'll go with that. I could be a social media influencer. And then I was like, okay, what language? I rolled the dice. I said Arabic. I said, okay, I could be Southeast Asian. What we doing up in here? Like, it was lit. Like, I was having the best time of my life creating this character.
So cool.
So it'll be lots of fun. So I'm looking like super forward to that. And then after that, playing Wizards over here with my boy Derek over here at Dim Dim Studios. It'll be lit.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
It'll be really like my first time playing as a wizard. So it's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that works. None of my spells were anything like Red told me to do. Because I had created the character way before I talked to Red. So yeah, that's what happened. You know, it just happened. So
I guess I'm the resident wizard expert in that regard.
yeah,
Too
so I
powerful.
was like, let me. I
That's
wanted
too
to
powerful.
ping you,
Watch
but it was like super late at night, and I didn't think about the fact that you were most likely up, and so
I'm
I
up
was like,
all the
"Nah."
time.
know.
You can find me. You can find me.
I should have, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to bother you.
Ow.
You ain't bothered.
I didn't want to
At least
bother
got
you.
me.
So. all the loves. But yeah, and then after that, I have Hooli's campaign where I'm playing a wizard, which I did play a wizard on yesterday, but I didn't really like. It was more like a tavern scene and stuff, and just catching up. So, yeah, that's me
That's awesome.
over on Heroes and Hooligans. Check it out. I'm everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I'm in your walls.
I'm in your walls.
I'm in your closet under your bed.
Oh my god, she sees you when you're sleeping.
I see you when you're sleeping.
She
I know
knows
when you're awake.
Oh, no.
I know if you've been bad or good. So be good.
For goodness sake.
For goodness sake.
Elise, what you got going on?
Honestly, right now, nothing going on. I'm not being sarcastic. That literally nothing.
Awesome. It's got to feel good.
I thought you were working on comms.
I am working on commissions. That's like it. I'm always working on commissions. So
He's also going to be helping me illustrate the game that we're working on for Costa Games. Whenever I'm done editing this goddamned book, which actually I'll be starting on. We're talking about making games. Elise and I have a studio. It's actually under an LLC, believe it or not. So we're like super pro. But I have a game, and Elise is going to be illustrating a lot of it. We have a game, so Jesus, I'm so used to doing things alone.
I know that feeling.
Oh, no.
And yeah, she'll be illustrating a lot of that. It's going to be a TTRPG set in the same universe that the book is in. So
Fucking cool.
cool little tie-in there.
Oh my god, I didn't even mention RPG in. But yeah, I'm doing that. So woo!
Yeah, baby.
We're a hot mess. Anyways,
Emphasis on the hot.
emphasis on the hot.
Emphasis on the mess in my case.
I definitely, at least I definitely do have to get with you though, because I do need you to do a commission for me because I have a character in mind, and you're the only one who can draw it.
sure, hon.
So whenever I will DM you.
My
Yeah, like
commissions
right
are
now.
open. Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting for them to be open because I knew you were working on
Yeah,
stuff, and I don't want to bother you.
They are always open. I need money.
Okay, cool. I got you then. I got you. When the show's over, I'll DM you.
Okie doke.
All right. I think we are all caught up and ready to rock. Is there anything else we need to do or talk about before we jump into it?
No.
Oh, thanks. So.
Sick. So the last time we left off at the Halliday Inn, or the Hilton, or however you want to call it, the troop had completed a couple of salvage and scavenge operations. You had kind of created some fencing. Garrett, your sneak thief, disappeared in the night, not to be seen again for a while. And you had gotten into a position where zombies were ransacking your base. A couple of the creepy scarecrow zombies had made progress towards scrambling over the walls, thrown back by Floyd. Odessa tried to zip line down and ended up getting tangled about midway. So you're dangling about, I think, 30 feet over the ground parking structure, plaza, and kind of in a bad spot there, actually. Elise, your character Annabelle, am I right?
Yes.
I remember your dog's name more than your character's name. That's
Oof.
I'm sorry. I remember dog names more than I remember people names. It's a terrible thing for me. But you were up on a parking garage. You were doing your normal surveillance. Hank was down on the ground mixing it up with some zombies that were with Striga.
Yeah.
Is that your character's name?
Yeah. Yep.
And a roll was not done so well, and Hank was in danger.
Yep.
Yeah, some shit went bad.
hmm Do you want to, since you are the controller of Hank, at least do you want to bring us up to speed on where things are at with the last moment, or do I need to recapture that for us?
I'm gonna be honest, I slept a few times since then, so I'll need you to do that.
Sleep? Who does that?
Mm.
Really,
Me.
though?
Me,
Don't
me,
count
because
me,
because I sleep terribly, I always have to sleep a ton, so...
Mhm, mhm. No, I get you. Yeah. So. It was not a great time. You have a little bit of a situation on your hands, but I am very adamant that I don't kill animals and I don't take away players' toys. So Hank is in no real danger, but we're going to put the onus there. Last we left off, you had
Hank skipped. That was the last
Hank
thing you said
skipped.
before it went.
Yes. So, if I remember correctly, one of the zombies was hooking its claws up from the ground, trying to grab and eviscerate Hank, and Hank skips out of the way.
We know what happens.
Fortunately, that does put those claws traveling upwards in someone else's way. Now, I can't remember exactly, was it Striga or was it Floyd that was down there mixing it up that Hank was playing defense for?
It was for Floyd. I was tussling with the scarecrows. Floyd was fighting off a horde by himself.
That's right, that's right. Well, Floyd just disappears into the darkness, so we'll get back to him real quick when he comes back.
We can see that
yeah.
Hank is all right, though. That's the entrance scene. Is Hank?
Hank
skips
is
out
all,
of the
Hank
way.
is all, skips out of the way, and those vicious claws hook up, and they're going to get Floyd.
Okay.
Derek, if you want to take a second, I sent you a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably should send it to JJ and Elise as well.
Group chat, group chat, group chat.
Don't do those. I'm not cool enough for that.
That's pretty fucking cool. I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad at it, but I like it actually.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad at it. Alright, so Floyd, you're going to be taking some harm, buddy.
That's pretty fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so...
It is exactly that. If you want to chuckle before you take some harm there, Red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna.
I'm sorry.
It happens on the time.
Yeah, you're going to be taking 2 harm here, as these claws rake you from kneecap to hip,
Can I?
right along the inseam.
Can I
Do you
roll
dress to the left or the right, Floyd?
to the left or the right?
Yeah, do you dress to the left or the right?
I'm not sure I follow.
Sorry, it's a tailoring joke.
It's a tailoring
Most of
joke.
the things I do are from left to right.
So, I'm insinuating that your genitals are at risk, and I'm asking, do you tuck left or
Oh.
tuck right?
Oh, I understand. Can I roll
When you
a-
go to the tailor, they will ask you, like on your inseam, do you dress to the left or the right? Because they don't want to like ram the fucking tailor's tape up into your scrot.
That's fair. Can I roll
I've
to resist
never
before I
thought of
answer
that
this question?
before.
Yeah, you can roll to resist.
Okay, I'm gonna use.
I'm gonna roll to resist.
We learned a lot here at Dim Dim Studios, okay?
I got a
This is
4.
an educational program.
What does it cost me?
What does it cost you?
Okay, let's. I got a 1, a 3, and a 6.
All right, that is a successful resist. So you don't take any damage, but you do take stress.
That's fine. How much are we looking at?
You're taking 1 point of stress.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so I will take. I'll go up to 2 stress.
I'm probably going to adjust that in the future, but currently as it stands, if you roll to resist, you just take a stress, and then if you succeed, you're good. Otherwise, you're not. Yeah, the real psychic harm here, Derek, is if you've gone to a tailor and they've never asked you to dress to the left or the right, they don't think it's a concern for you.
I don't think I've ever been to a tailor like that. Is the thing?
There you go.
Yeah, I've never been to.
I've been to a tailor and they never asked me that.
Well, I got bad
you
news for
should not
everybody.
have said that out loud.
They did not tell me. But I thought that was just like normal procedure.
No, not at all, bud. I mean, maybe they were just being friendly.
I feel like this just gets worse.
This is a great conversation. They didn't like do tape measurements or anything like that. They're like, here's these pants. They look good on you. Like, let's adjust. It's like, okay, thanks.
No, they should definitely be. Yep, I'm just gonna let that one go.
How bad is this horde situation right now?
You are at a level 1 horde. It is not the worst in the world.
Okay.
It's bad. Also, we are coming down to a last episode, so if you want to like Chiang-Ar, I'm not opposed to Chiang-Ar.
I don't know the reference, but if that means
Is there
stick this pure zombie blood in my arm, I'm all about it.
Chiang-Ar, it's Singaporean Singlish phrase. It means to charge the hill. It references a historical battle where their opposition was entrenched in a fortification on a hill, and if they didn't charge the hill, they lost. And if they did charge the hill, they probably lost.
Great odds, great odds.
But it's the idea is you don't win if you don't risk. So shut up or nut up.
Like Jihan was telling you on Covet on Saturday, like, you have to use it or you die.
But I might die if I use it. Bruh!
Yeah, let's go sicko mode. Fuck it. I'm washed out now.
Yeah, see?
I don't need philosophy in the middle of warfare. Sun Tzu didn't teach me shit. He just told me not to get hit, and I got hit. Now I'm bleeding.
Here's my Zed Blood EpiPen. Gives me a free push and the infected trait of my choice for the C. It increases my infection every time I use it. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna give myself a shot.
Alright.
Those of you who have seen Bioshock or have played Bioshock are familiar with the injecto straight into the wrist. At which point my arm begins to reform with this new cocktail of zombie blood into, massive fuck off chitinous plating around me, and I have all the infected traits. In a brawl, I gain 1 effect. I never feel fear. I can push for 1 less stress, but I always have to push. And I ignore the penalty for a number of wounds. I have corrupted, gain an additional infected trait, which is what I started with. And outsider, I'm unmoved and cannot be easily swayed. Just making sure, because it's been a while since I've actually made a roll here. I want to make sure I'm counting for everything. Okay. So I'm pushing myself so I get +1 on my brawl here.
Yep, you get an extra die.
I'm using my Zedblood EpiPin, which is going to give me a increased effect, or is it an increased? It's an increased effect. I'm using Reckless, which is not really super important right now, which means that it's 1 less stress. In Monstrous, I gain 1 effect from that as well, and my Brawl is 3. So I'm rolling 4 dice, and I'm at 2 higher effects.
Okay. Yeah, this situation is... Well, Floyd just got cut up. Hank had to dodge back. The situation's looking desperate at this point. And your effect will start at standard, so you'll go up to great and then over great, which isn't really a thing, but it is.
Yay. I'm gonna save Floyd.
Thanks, boss.
I
Gotta
saved
ask a question.
Floyd. I got it with
Just gotta ask a
1,
question.
2, 3, and a 6.
Okay, I was excited for a moment.
I know, right? I got really, I got really kind of unexcited for a moment because I was like, I'm gonna save Floyd, and then I rolled the dice, and 1, 2, and 3 just immediately stopped moving when they hit the tray, and then 6 was bouncing and spinning for a second.
Yeah, I love that when it happens. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Yep, you don't need to. I trust you, bro. I'm not gonna. Man, no. Like, if you fudge a die roll, like that's like I'm not gonna gainsay you.
That's fair. I want to fucking take the one that's trying to dig his talons into Floyd and rip its leg off.
All right. Hey, Reg, you good? Cool. All right. So, yeah, with a 6, Floyd, you resist that damage. You do take some stress. How do you resist that? Like, how do you get out of that one?
So I'm not using armor because I want to save that because things are bad and they're probably gonna get worse knowing you. So I mean that in the best way possible. So I write books, motherfucker. I like escalating things. Floyd's just gonna like see this like coming and gonna do like the whole. Oh, if it hits like, you know, a non-vital part, I'll be just fine. So he just like completely turns his whole shoulder and like upper back into the blow and just like keeps moving, like pushes into him. Kind of like when boxers, you know, hug when they're trying to avoid getting body blows.
When they clinch.
Yeah, clench it. Yeah, so I couldn't think of the same thing.
Clinch, not clench. Different thing.
Clenching is what you do when you're afraid, which we should.
All right. So
You learn something new every day. Like questions I've never been asked at a tailor.
Oh my god.
That turned out to be an insult more than anything.
that's the problem with being as well read and like old as I am. I run into a bunch of nonsense. That said,
You said it yourself. None of us.
old? Yeah, I am old.
You're
Right.
well seasoned.
Well seasoned.
Dry age to perfection.
Oh, fuck off.
Right.
I'm definitely salty.
It just means your meat's tender, man.
Too much adobo.
Thank you. You would know.
Holy shit, you fucking killed me.
Not yet, but we're trying for it.
God damn, I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. My apologies, dude. That was uncalled for.
No, it's funny as fuck.
Alright, cool. As long as I'm not offending. Alright, back to it. By the way, like, this banter is
How
just
dare
because we...
How dare you? It's a game. You can't just joke about that.
By the way, like, the banter, this is because we know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
We're more restrained with other people. It's fine.
I promise we're normal.
I don't promise that at all.
No,
I promise we're fucking weird.
I make no such problem.
Alright, so you duck side and clench, you get out from underneath these claws. Hank darts off, harrying another zombie. And then there's this heavy like almost plastic or fiberglass on concrete sound. It's like someone just threw a bucket of spiders down onto something.
Ew, I don't like that.
Sorry.
Nice.
And the zombie that you just like turned and shucked explodes into gore as its legs get ripped off by this monstrosity that you barely recognize as Striga. At this point, this deep in your infection, how bad do you look, buddy?
There's no coming back at this point. I am over the 50% mark. I'm at 5 out of 8. So I think that the constant changing and reshaping of my body has probably really begun to set in. My arms and legs are probably kind of like separated and segmented and kept together by this like large black chitinous mass that kind of looks like 1,000 wires just like running over each other, but it's actually like it's kind of like muscly tendon stuff that like pulsates with like my almost quasi-dead heart. And my right arm is this massive fuck off sword. My left arm is this massive fuck off talon.
I'm at the fucking Phyrexian over here, like, goddamn.
Ah, damn.
All right. So that's what smashes into the ground next to you, sounding like a bucket full of spiders, and ripping legs off of one of these zombies.
Yeah, you're probably going down.
Back around to Odessa. I want to zoom in on you, and then we're going to jump over to Annabelle to round it out. Yeah, that's how I want to do that. Because we finished that tension point. All right, you are currently suspended. You've got a braided steel cable wrapped around your leg. You are hanging in midair. I believe that the lads were trying to like rush over to your position and clear a place for you to drop down when last we left off.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yep. So that's the situation you're in.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So what you doing?
I think I'm gonna get like some cable wires or whatever cutter things,
Okay.
whatever the thing is. I forget the name.
Fire cutter.
What?
Yeah, you had it right.
I'm just gonna keep doing this until it clicks.
That's the sound they make. Good job.
There you go. And I'm going to, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll use improvise.
Okay. Get yourself out of this situation. Try and.
I think what I'm
Ooh.
gonna try to do is cut myself out and maybe. I mean, I'm pretty high up, so what I would
30
like.
feet. 30 feet is not a joke of a fall.
I know.
Yeah, that's three.
Like,
That's three fucking stories. That's.
Yeah, if I fall straight down, I'm gonna be fucked. So.
I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Don't worry.
Be like, Floyd, catch me! Some bitch, come over here.
You just fall off a fucking like random spike that didn't previously exist.
Oh god.
Final
yeah,
destination shit.
I think maybe what I'll try to do is try to cut myself in a way that I could perhaps swing one way,
Mhm.
like maybe still hold on to the wire and maybe swing, because then at least if I let go, I won't be as far up
Yeah.
high. That's what I'm going to try to do. I think I'm going to try to swing back towards our hotel.
All right. That would make the most sense because swinging the other way just smashes you into the ground real quick.
Just eat shit on the
They
floor.
just Tarzan right into
Absolutely.
the fucking pavement.
You ever see someone curb stomp themselves? It's amazing.
That's a visual. Holy shit.
You are looking at normally this would be desperate, dropping and all this. However, the boys have it pretty well controlled on the ground, and with Hank harrying and distracting zombies, we're going to put it in standard. You're not at controlled, because there's no way you're in a controlled situation when you're like wire cutting yourself out of a bind 30 feet above the ground. No, that's not controlled. I'm sorry.
Some risk to that, yeah.
And
Watch me.
in most cases, I would say you're at like limited, but because you're invoking a tool, yeah, you're going to be at standard. So, yeah, risky. Risky standard.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember.
Yep, you'll roll a number of d6s equal to your improvise.
Which is 2.
That's 2d6s. You're going to look at the highest of those dice and tell me what it says. A 6 is what you're looking for. A 1 is going to make me smile.
I'm so scared.
You can do it.
Oh, they're
What'd you
both
get?
ones. Oh,
Both
they're both
ones?
Oh
They're both
no!
ones. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry
you're
we
on your
stole
way
your
out.
luck earlier.
Right. Odessa is crafty, and you're good with tools, right?
Yes.
You're not likely to shove a wire cutter into your thigh and like snip a tendon or a femoral artery or anything like that.
Oof.
No.
Yeah. Red here's femoral artery and is like, well, there's your 16 seconds.
Oh, being upside down makes it so much worse.
Yep. What we're gonna say though is being upside down, and you've got to use 2 hands for a set of industrial clippers like this, and you do cut yourself out. I will grant you that. Kind of. You rolled 2 1s. I'm gonna take you to the cleaners with this.
Oh God.
So-
You're going downtown.
Annabelle, here's what you see from above all of this.
Oh no!
You see Odessa reach into a pack, break out these like heavy duty wire cutting shears. We're talking this is probably stolen from like a fire department, like cutting bolts type bolt cutter stuff.
Yeah.
They wedge it in right along their thigh and they snip. And you can hear that metallic, almost pinging sound as the steel cable releases under pressure. Bad news is they misjudged where to put it. Upside down, blood rushing to their head. They don't cut themselves free. Odessa cuts the cable. The leg is still caught up,
Oh god.
but they are now hammering towards the ground with their legs still caught. Odessa, you're about to take 3 harm. As upside down, you swing your head directly into a curb, and there is a shocking splash of red.
It ain't me, sorry.
I don't think I have any items left. I think I used them last.
So you can roll to resist, which means you do something, you tell me I'm going to resist, you're going to avoid the harm, but you take stress if the roll is successful.
Okay. Oh God.
You're on your way out.
This is like I
I'm
put
gonna
you in
risk it anyways. Fuck it.
I put you in a risky situation, downgraded it, and you managed to roll double 1s. This is bad. Like even if you aren't brained on the street, your leg is still caught in that steel cable, so you're still on a tether.
Jane, get me off this crazy thing.
What do I roll then?
That's up to you. You tell me how you think Odessa, on the way down, figures out a way to make this not as bad. You got a bunch of different stats you can roll.
Let me see.
Label this harm as bad bungee jumping experience for me.
Right?
Let's see.
Hey, thanks for the hydrate. I missed that one earlier.
Oh, thank
Where
you.
was that?
Thanks, Valley Man.
Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate you.
Instinct. Oh.
If you can't think of anything, and if you just want to tank it, that's a level 3 harm. That's not the end of it. That doesn't put you out, but it puts you a lot closer.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta roll something because that's fucked. I'm trying to think of what could I even possibly do in that situation. Like, my leg
Do you
is
have
still.
do you have anything like in Scramble?
I don't have scramble.
Ooh, okay.
I have like instinct, brawl, improvise, salvage, and hunt.
I can
None
see
of
it.
those which
I
help
could
me.
see brawl. You see it coming, and you tuck and roll with it, just like you tuck and roll with a haymaker.
I
someone-
could.
Oh, so can I use brawl for tuck and roll?
Against something like this, where someone's swinging a planet at you, sure.
Someone's swinging a planet at you.
Hey, man. Hey, jujitsu and judo are the art of folding clothes while people are still wearing them. Aikido is the art of hitting people with planets.
No. Okay.
You're making a
I'm
lot of
going
sense, but I don't
to-
like any of it.
I know, right? That's kind of the story of my life.
I'm gonna roll brawl. I'm gonna say that I tuck and roll
Yep.
and maybe like spin out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Okay.
Yep.
So that's
Tell
just
me-
one.
Oh God. Good luck.
Wow. That's the 3.
Oh,
3?
no.
Oh no.
That's no
That's
better
failure.
than
Like
one.
this is like the opposite of Sisyphus. The planet is pushing you until there's nothing left.
That's still a failure.
Yes.
You don't necessarily make it worse, but you don't make it any better. So you tuck and roll, and rather than smashing your face and your head against the concrete, it just shatters your clavicle, and you can also feel those first 2 ribs pop and separate and snap,
Ooh.
and you feel a distinct shortness of breath.
Oh, you got a puncture.
I'm fucked. Yeah.
So mark down your level 3 harm. For those of you playing at home, you have 6 basically boxes of health. You've got 2 at level 1, 2 at level 2, 2 at level 3. And level 3 is about as bad as it gets. If you fill all 6 up, you're dead. Or if you overflow down, you die. And at that point, depending on your infection level, tells us what type of zombie you turn into. I will be very clear. You do not want Derek to die. Not a fucking bit do you want Derek to die.
Otherwise, we all die.
Oh, yeah. Like, he's going to be like some sort of manticore chimera motherfucker at this point. Yeah. Weirdo. Alright.
I'm just
All right. Annabelle, you see Odessa make a valiant effort to twist at the last moment, and rather than smashing their face against, you see their shoulder and like upper chest catch a bollard, one of the big like stanchions that are used to protect traffic. Like,
Mhm.
absolutely catches one of those right in the upper chest, and it doesn't move at all. But Odessa's body kind of conforms around it, and then I guess drops the last like 2 feet to the ground.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some leakage there. What are you doing up there in your nice redoubt?
Oh boy. Okay. Hank just kind of flopped on his thing that I ordered him to do,
Yeah, unfortunately.
and Floyd took the.
Took the hit, but seems to be all fine for it. Rolled with it, bounced off the thick ass jacket that he wears, emblazoned with all of his colors, and then the monster that is Striga just drops out of nowhere like a fucking demon and rips the zombie in half. So you're pretty confident that situation is solved.
And yeah, you're a problem.
Not yet.
Yet I'm not.
You're about to be.
It's a goal.
If you hit infection,
It's a goal. I'm
if-
trying to be a problem.
yeah, if you max out
Whatever,
your
you're so
infection,
quick.
you're gone. Period, gone. if you die while infected, and everyone is, you become a problem. Just matter how much.
So, hypothetically, for no particular reason,
Sure.
if I were to kill him, he would just turn into a zombie.
Yes.
Which would probably make
Okay.
it a little worse. Because at least
It
he
would
has
make
some
it worse.
modicum of control right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
The infection's
Right
still
now, Striga.
gotta
Yeah.
deal with my immune system a little bit. If that's taken out the door, then my whole body's probably going to become armored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Striga right now is one of the infected. They are a survivor. They've been through the shit, and they've just decided to give into that feral kind of urge. That keeps them safe in a way, but it also puts them at long-term risk. If you kill them now, you just remove the humanizing part, and you still have to deal with what the body is doing. That's really the problem with the way the system runs, the way that the game is built. It is around balancing those sorts of things. So
Gotcha. Damn you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Also, damn Derek. He like as soon as I pitched the Survivor one, he's like, "Gimme."
My
That would be a fucking
dibs.
I've decided to stop having problems. I am
I am the
problems.
problem.
I am going to be the problem.
And my New Year's
yeah.
resolution is to become the villain I've been truly meant to be.
Everything else was just a warm up.
Don't we all just want to be Jeremy Irons, though? Isn't that really what the goal is?
I'm Jeremy Irons.
JJ over there, she know.
Just nod, yeah.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
No, she's muted.
No, JJ's muted.
I said I was trying not to laugh, but
Oh.
then I couldn't resist.
That's fair.
However, our focus right now is on Annabelle.
Okay, how far away from Odessa is Hank?
45, maybe 50 feet. Really short distance for a dog.
How far away am I from Odessa? Because if I remember correctly, I am in the car garage.
Across
Next
the street, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
significantly further. I mean, if we want to look at like as the bird flies, it's pretty short, but you don't want to take a jump off the. I think you were on like the third or fifth story of
So
the parking garage.
how? Yeah, I was on the third story. I remember specifically because I was trying to calculate how much time those scarecrow zombies were gonna take to get to me.
Not fucking long.
Yeah. So how long? How many turns would I have to use to get over to Odessa? Like how long would that take me?
You probably want to let me do that.
Let me hear out what you want to do, and then I'm going to give you a time frame. So sketch it out for me, and I'll say if it happens this turn or the next turn.
Okay, if there's somebody closer to Odessa, that would probably be helpful.
I am closer.
Lloyd is closer. They were moving to get in position there.
Okay, in that case, I wanted to. I have a. Do we all have light loads right now?
If I remember correctly, everyone is rocking the light load.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
so
it's an ambush.
I'd like to say part of my light load is that Hank. I know this will take a lot of my resources, but Hank has a first aid kit on his little doggy backpack. Is that something I can do?
Yeah, that's one load.
Okay, so in that case, I could have Hank bring the first aid kit if somebody could use it on Odessa to keep her from just bleeding out in the street or getting surrounded by zombies.
Yeah. So that would operate like almost like a teamwork action or a setup. Because you're already putting the resources on the line, you don't have to roll. You've just said, yeah, Hank's got a first aid kit. I'm going to bring it over to Odessa. Someone else can use it because Hank doesn't have fucking opposable thumbs.
Can't do
Also-
like little doggy
Well,
chest
medical
compressions.
knowledge.
I mean,
As a, part,
also,
as part of my load, can I give Hank thumbs?
no.
Worth a shot.
For the same reason that we don't have chimpanzees as pets.
Oh yeah, dude. I was talking. This is
Oh,
digression,
let's
but
not get into that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That shit's fucked. I've
fucked.
seen it hurt.
So, swinging back around. Annabelle, is that you done? Or is there something else you want to do?
Probably start trying to get down onto the ground, or probably relocate from my current position since I've been shooting a gun from here.
Well, it's already loud and it's already bloody. That's not really something that is going to change. You've got a lot of people down there protecting your position. Do you want to give up your position, or do you want to hold to it? Both are good answers.
Let me see. Well, if I'm not in immediate danger, I'm gonna keep holding my position then. Can I shoot somebody?
Sure.
Not like one of my teammates, like a zombie.
I mean, that too. Yeah.
How kind, how courteous.
Do we
don't
have
need
it?
to say anything. We all know that she would have shot
Yeah,
Derek
of
if
course.
shit happened.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We have that mutual agreement there.
Mhm. All right. So,
So,
you're gonna.
Do we have any scarecrow zombies left, or do we have any?
Oh yeah. I
Okay.
think there's still 2 down by Striga and Floyd.
All right. I'm gonna shoot one of them, and I'll roll hunt for that. Any
All right.
modifiers to that?
You're firing into a melee. That's risky. Your effect is going to be standard. Yeah, risky standard. Normal.
So that is that -1 die?
No. I never penalize dice. The game does not do that. You either gain dice by telling me you invoke a thing, or you're at the same number of dice. Risky standard just says, in short, that's position and effect. Position says how fucked I am if I fail, and effect says how fucked they are if I succeed. So risky means it's
Gotcha.
there's some chance of bad shit happening.
Okay.
Standard means there's a standard level of effect. What makes sense?
In that case, I'm gonna push myself for another die.
Okay. What's your instinct? Fight,
My-
flight, or freeze?
Flight. It is
Okay.
flight.
So you don't get a discount on this one. So it's full 2 stress.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Take 2. Okay, 3d6.
Nice. Let's see it. Let's hear it, rather.
Two 1s and a 3.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
no.
Man, y'all are rolling bad.
Yeah. This is looking like it's about to be the last session just because of how bad our roll with fire.
Hey, speak for yourself. It's gonna be down to me and Derek fighting each other.
Probably.
Again.
So you're firing into the melee.
Help me.
What's the worst that could happen here?
Let's take a wild guess at what's gonna happen. We all know what's gonna happen. You shoot into the melee that I'm involved in.
Okay. What do you think is going to happen, Floyd?
I think I'm gonna get my ass shot like I have multiple times already.
I don't think that's interesting. You know what I think's interesting?
Dying.
I get shot.
Striga. What's Annabelle firing? Is it a 308?
Yep. 308 Winchester. It's a pretty big caliber round.
Sniper rifle.
It's
Yeah.
sizable.
308,
It's
Yeah.
a good beefy one.
Good for hunting.
All right. So here's what happens. You fire into the melee, and you're trying to hit one of these scarecrows. They're long, they're lanky, they're tall, they're made of a lot of like very sharp angles. And as it reaches out to drag 5 of these like Bowie knife-sized claws towards Floyd, you fire off a round, and its hand whips up with incredible speed and imposes itself between its face and the bullet. One of those talons shatters, and this dagger-sized chunk of zombie like keratin, goes end over end over end. And that dagger-sized chunk of blade lands itself directly in Striga's face. So this is going to be a level 2 harm. You're going to take a dagger to the face. I don't think you've hit your ignored wounds level yet.
No.
So you're not going to feel this.
No.
So that makes it really hard to negotiate a resist. You're just going to take it?
Why not?
All right.
I don't like that.
Dagger it in the
I'm
back.
sorry.
In the
I-
face.
I can't
worry
roll
about it.
for shit, apparently.
This is, I mean, it's a zombie apocalypse movie. Like, bad shit's going to happen. So this splinter of black, like, fingernail that's about 7 inches long spirals off and smashes into Striga's face. Now, you think Striga would like this in one way because it leaves them with a demonic smile carved into one side of their face as it just flenses everything from corner of the mouth up to like past the temple. You see teeth in Striga's face shatter, become jagged, and their occipital, that's not occipital,
Orbital.
um,
Orbital?
lower chunk of the orbital.
Oh.
Anyways,
Mandible?
What,
Yeah,
what
no.
are you trying?
this guy right here.
Cheekbone.
Zygomatic.
Is it the psychomatic?
No, I'm thinking of the thing that connects your cheekbone to your temple. Never
Anyways,
mind.
there's white fragments of bone that now like are jutting out from the side of Striga's face as this shrapnel goes elsewhere. Take 2 harm there, Striga.
I do. I did.
Cool. And we are at a good pause point. I need to take a quick bio. Does anyone else?
All right, let's do it. Don't go
Fantastic.
anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after a 5 or 10. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Thank you so very much for waiting patiently. I surely do appreciate it. We were just talking about how you come up with D&D characters' names. So, what's happening?
I name every NPC Steve Buscemi.
I really like Steve.
I've experienced that, actually.
You have. Like, you think it's a
We've all
bit,
been
but
victims of your Stevening.
people think it's a bit until it's like his name's Steve. What? It's just Steve Buscemi. Just roll with it. Because when I say that, you immediately know.
You know what he looks like.
You know what he looks like. You know how he's going to act, and it's going to color everything. You can do the same thing with like Christopher Walken. Like you're good. You know, you're fine.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I haven't pulled Quentin Tarantino yet, but that's because I don't want to make people awkward with their feet. But we're probably gonna do that someday.
No.
I'm sorry.
That's gonna kill.
You can't just say that.
Yes.
I can absolutely say that, and I did.
Yes,
Imagine that.
that was great.
So yeah, we've got a pneumothorax wound. We've got it was zygomatic arch, by the way. At least
Oh
Shit,
yeah,
nice.
right.
sick.
I know my
Yeah.
anatomy.
Like, I thought it wasn't because I thought that was further back. But no, it's the entire.
When I was in my A&P classes, I used to just draw all the diagrams to help me retain.
I failed
Everything.
A&P the first time. It took a second time for me.
I almost failed my first A&P class or A&P 1 because like I was nuts. The quantity of information was very hard.
I had a difficult teacher. They didn't teach A&P the next semester.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
have had teachers like that.
I've had teachers get straight fired from their jobs. My philosophy teacher got fired from her job like after the semester.
Okay.
It was bad. Anyways, we're here to talk about zombies and all that fun jazz. Tippy top of the quote unquote initiative order. Not that there is one, but there are moments and there are beats. Odessa's smashed against the ground. Annabelle has fired a round, shattering a like we'll say it's like the middle finger of one of these zombies, the scarecrows, breaking shrapnel off into Striga's face.
Sorry,
Let's-
I'm sorry.
Let's zoom in actually on Floyd. Like a lot of stuff is happening around you. There's a lot of fury, a lot of anger, blood, bullets, shrapnel, Odessa smashing into the ground, Hank darting off. Hank is like beelining for Odessa, and you can hear Annabelle saying something, but like you just had a gunshot go off pretty near you, and it's a bad mix. What are you doing there, buddy?
Instinct.
Okay, what do you want to do with instinct?
Probably. Oh, I'm sorry. Not rolling instinct. I'm acting on instinct.
Okay.
Gotta clarify that. I'm gonna go over and help Odessa because that's what I do. I help people.
Mhm.
Except for Striga because that motherfucker's too far gone. He keeps sticking needles on his arm and shit.
He
So
is pushing the line.
not my problem. I'm not the line, not pusher.
You know,
You're the
black guy.
arbiter of lines.
I'm not the gatekeeper of lines. So.
But are you the key master?
Yeah, my fly opens, my eyes go across. So, let's see. Well, you don't get that reference?
I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
Motherf-
What?
I like how Soul's like the audacity. Did he just ask me if I got that?
The audacity.
I was gonna say you probably were a kid when that came out. So let's see here. I'm gonna go over to Odessa. I'm gonna meander my way through.
I hope your last action's a good one.
Yeah, you're pushing it there, bud.
You just made me do the fucking what's that? Feels good ankle laugh. The fucking intro laugh.
That is Clint Eastwood. That is Clint Eastwood. Yeah,
Yeah. That's Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
No, you're right. It is feel good zinc.
Yeah. I can't even do it. My fucking voice doesn't go high enough anymore. So, I guess I'm gonna. What would getting over to her be? Would that just be like me fucking schmoovin', or like what are we saying here?
Do you have a scramble?
I have one in scramble.
Well, let's zoom out to what are you trying to fucking do?
Trying to get over to Odessa to make sure she doesn't end up like a fucking like watermelon dropped from like a water tower.
Oh, she's already there, bro.
Well, actually, she might be a lost cause. Sorry. I'll try to recover your body at least.
All right.
So
So
like
you're
football linebacker.
Hank has a first aid kit
I'll yoink that.
on him, and then I was gonna say like you could use that on Odessa.
Oh wait, that's improvised, isn't it? For healing.
yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay.
I don't
So-
have improvised.
One of the big things with like Forge in the Dark games is you need to tell me your outcome that you're looking for and how you get there.
Yeah, that's what.
And
I'm
it
trying
needs to be like a dramatic action. Like I run over to Odessa. I want to roll for that. Bruh. No. Like I don't care
No,
about
no,
you
no,
rolling.
I know. I'm just trying to. I'm like parsing it out. If that makes.
Can I offer a
Um,
suggestion, or do you want to figure it out on yourself?
I'm up for suggestions.
You could brawl by punching a fucking like I forget what they're called because it's been so long since I took SABC,
Scarecrow.
but the breathing tubes in the thing in through one of her ribs so that she can have air.
Oh, fuck.
There's a couple of different tools there.
Like the lancing thing or whatever those are called.
No, it's a tube that you aspirate.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Floyd doesn't know what's happening with her other than she just fucking hit the pavement. And he's not a medical expert. The guy was a fucking firefighter, a cop, and a biker. Like
That gives you a lot of like first aid.
First
But
aid,
can-
yeah.
Yeah.
But can I offer something?
Yes, I'm
Omni, hey buddy.
Hey, what's
Right.
up, Omni?
Oh, hey, Ami.
So you want to make the situation better.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure Odessa just doesn't like, flatline on the pavement.
There are a lot of zombies coming for her. Do you want to hold an area? So the way I'm looking at it is there's a bunch of zombies closing in. There's a whole shitload of stuff here. You're going to Odessa's aid. Hank is there. Hank has first aid kit on his harness. You can try and use the first aid kit, which would be an improvise, which isn't your best thing. Or you can try and hold space for someone else to do that improvise. Now the bad news here is this. There's two other active participants in this melee. One is Striga. They're
Jared
nearby,
Kessler.
but they are probably not going to be great for first aid. The other one is Annabelle, and Annabelle is a good distance away, but would be good for first aid. It seems to me that Floyd's going to have to suck it up and rely on Annabelle and Striga to keep shit off of him while he does his best for Odessa. Or, this is where it gets ugly, you could do the thing that Floyd doesn't want to do but can do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Do it.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to give your fucking character a Harlem Sunset, as it were?
Well, I will give you this, okay? Here's what I'm going to do for you both. If you want to, you can run over there. You can rely on Striga and Annabelle to keep zombies off of you. And you can do your improvise. If your improvise fails, we'll put this in Devil's Bargain. I'm going to give you an extra die. If your improvise fails, Floyd realizes that Odessa is not going to make it. And you give her the kindness. And I'm going to push your infection up 1.
That's completely fair.
Because remember, infection isn't just bodily. It's the whole thing. Body, mind, and spirit. You'll get some die. Do you have anything in improvise? Then you'll have 1 die that you'll roll. And rather than rolling 2 and taking the lowest. Do you want to push yourself for Odessa?
I mean, you're gonna die if I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna push. It's not necessarily fight.
I would say this is fight.
You said this is fight.
I would,
I guess
absolutely,
fight.
Fighting to save her life.
I would absolutely say this is fight.
That's fair.
This
yeah,
is
fight
this is not flight and this is not freeze. You are running into combat where zombies are running for her, and you are putting yourself on the line. That's absolutely fight. Hell yeah.
I'm
So
also,
one
yeah,
stress.
I was thinking of fight from like punch and kicking, and I was like, no, fight just react. Like actually just do something on impulse. I'm also reckless,
Yes.
so I guess that's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm charging in to save her ass. So, you gave me 1 extra die for the devil's bargain,
Yep.
which brings
Pushes
me up to
an extra.
1, and then
It gives you 2.
Do a flashback to your medical training.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Do you want to do that?
I could do that, and I'll do that.
Hell yeah.
First aid cop training.
3, and then that'll be 2 stress for the flashback.
Talk to me about this flashback.
Okay, so he's being taught like the basics, and he remembers the basics. You know, CPR. You know, the Bee Gees. And
Stand alive. Stand alive.
I'm a huge Bee Gees fan, by the way. If you ever need to like talk to somebody about the Bee Gees, expert.
How do you feel about Alan Parsons' project?
I'm not super big into them, but they are.
Get the fuck out.
No, I like Alan Parsons. The thing is, I'm not saying I don't dislike them. I don't listen to them enough to give you a proper like
You should.
response.
I think you'd like him.
I like Alan Parsons. I like what was the name of the Eric Wolf?
Yeah.
What's
Anyways,
anyway,
let's save Odessa's life.
yeah, we could talk about Eric Wolfson later.
Your flashback.
Yeah, so flashback medical training. I was trained specifically how to deal with very desperate situations like this, especially in the midst of combat. Since Floyd was a cop and then a firefighter, so he's definitely had a lot of like emergency situation training. Probably would have been an EMC if he has more of a brain between his ears, but
Can I do a pushback?
a pushback, yes, please.
Cool. So you're flashing back, and we're doing like a montage scene. So you're fresh faced, you're dewy, you're young, you're like maybe you've got your associate's degree, and you're a paramedic. You're learning all this stuff. You flash forward, and you're doing basic like first aid, EMT response stuff, and then things start to get a little bit, just like with Floyd, things take a little bit of a darker turn. Now you're riding a motorcycle. Now you're part of your MC. One of your brothers goes off. They hit a rock. Back tire goes out. And you watch something happen. They kick off their bike. They fly about 30 feet through the air. And then they fold in half laterally on a bollard. They take it right in the middle of their fucking ribs. You're the only one there. It's just you and him, so like a duo ride. You screech off your bike. You're trying. You're trying your best. You tear the jacket off them. You rip the shirt off. You grab a fucking pocket knife and you do your best. What I want to ask you, Floyd.
Yeah.
Did they make it?
No, most certainly not. Floyd beats himself up a lot for it, but Floyd was never smart enough to get through the medical training stuff that would let him become an EMT, hence why he gave up and decided to work the beat. And then after he's like, oh, I don't like being a cop. I'm going to go do firefighter work. And then he got paid peanuts. So,
Too stressed for your flashback because this is a hard one.
Mm.
But I'm not only going to give you an extra die, I'm going to give you an enhanced effect.
Cool. Okay. Right on. Cool moment. Okay, so I'm breaching through linebacker, just like full forearm, just checking through everybody using my elbow as like a wedge. And making my way over to you, and I'm going to try to treat you as fast as I possibly can, probably cleaving some zombies in the meantime. And this will be 2 dice for improvise. If you don't survive, I am going to 86 you.
I want you to roll it, but I don't want you to tell me the result. Just bear with me. Just roll it. Don't tell me the result.
Okay.
All right. So this is going down. Striga, Annabelle.
Yeah.
Odessa crashes into this. Blood sprays everywhere. There's a crimson mist. You can see it just covering her face, pouring down onto her chest. There's a dent in the upper part of her body. Floyd pivots on his heel, drives through these zombies, arm raised, elbow out. You see bone literally shattering as this man plows through, runs up, immediately pulls out from Hank's first aid kit, probably like it's like a 0 or a 00, and just rams it into Odessa's chest. You see these hordes pivot. The scarecrows, and the few of them that are remaining, are trying to tangle with Striga. But they also are starting to get pulled by that desire for fresh flesh, for clean, aspirated blood. And Annabelle, from that higher perspective, it's like a lodestone. It's like someone just dropped a bead of oil into water, and everything is gathering towards it. Right on the center of all of this shit that's going on the outskirts of the Helliday, or the Helton, Odessa is smashed, broken against a bollard. Floyd is bending over, doing his best to save his friend's life, past and future. What do you two do? In this moment, things are really at a crux. We're going to push this to 11. This is a pivotal moment in the campaign.
You go first, Elise.
I was gonna tell you to go first.
Well, he got the drop on you, so he's got initiative. So, surprise round.
Surprise round. Nice.
What do you do, Elise? Annabelle, what do you do?
Everybody's flat-footed. Go.
Everybody's flat-footed go would be like a banger song title.
Oh, I'm gonna write that one down.
You should. All right, please do.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think Annabelle's class is about to come into play here.
Shark.
Yep. Hank is her best friend, and Floyd is actually her buddy because they were traveling buddies.
Mm-hmm.
They were together for actually a few months before they joined the group. I'm just trying to think of like the things are about to go really bad really fast. Oh, the way that she sees it. Yeah, Annabelle's gonna shoot Odessa.
That
Because
is exactly the move that a shark would make.
if
It
Floyd gets her up, they're gonna be surrounded by zombies. If Floyd doesn't get her up, there's gonna be a fresh corpse and probably an Odessa zombie. And then both Floyd and Hank are gonna have a good chance of dying.
All right. So you're aiming to shoot Odessa.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I actually want to use a flashback for this. This is a fantastic spot
I
for
love
me
it.
to be able to flashback to Annabelle's main origin story and why she's a shark.
Tell me about it.
So, Annabelle never really talks about her past or anything like that. The only thing that she, like, if anybody ever asks her about her family, she just says that they're dead. And she comes of a very hyper-religious family. They're Mormons. And when everything went to shit and the world started ending, her father, the patriarch of her family, realized we were not chosen for the rapture and had a breakdown.
Ooh.
And he decided well, if we're not going to heaven, we must be in hell. So he took it upon himself to execute his family.
Whoa.
And Annabelle had to choose between her life and her father and her brother,
Mm.
who had the same mentality as her father.
Oh, Jesus.
So she had to kill the rest of her family before they killed her.
All right. So all that flashes in the back of Annabelle's mind. Go ahead and take 2 stress.
Okay.
Take an extra die for your flashback. And I'm going to give you an extra effect.
Okay.
I want you to roll, but I don't want you to tell me what you roll.
Okay. I'm also going to push myself. And
Okay.
I'd like to make a case for flight being
No, I totally get that.
being that this is the easy way out. This is
Yep.
not, Yeah.
100%.
this
Yeah.
is the easy way out.
I hate it. I fucking hate Annabelle right now, but I love the way that you're characterizing her.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Thank you.
So go ahead and roll. You're going to get 2 extra dice, 1 extra effect on. Sounds like hunt.
Yep, that will be Hunt. That will be Hunt.
JJ, I'm sorry. But this is like, if you could have a character go out.
Yes, this is the way I would want to go out. Deadass. 100%.
In real
Out of
life, I'll write that
character,
down if you're sure about it.
That-
Out of character, I'm very sorry, Jade.
Like, no, like cinema, like thinking of this like as a movie.
Oh,
This
yeah.
would be the best
Hmm.
way to be. Like, I would be a movie watcher. Like, fuck yeah,
Like-
this is fucked up, but this is great.
If I were going to script it as like a mini series like on Netflix, this would be episode 3.
Oh yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
character that pulled through in episode 1 that you were like dope with, and they opened up in episode 2, and then you just fucking murk them.
Yeah.
Might I introduce you to one of my favorite series of all time that does that over and over again?
Yeah.
I've
There's a
fucking
reason
loved-
why you're here in this fucking game, man.
Dude, I love Undead. That's the reason I'm doing a Call of Cthulhu game. That's
Right?
gonna be
All right,
I need
At
to.
least,
I need
did
to have
you
a final
roll?
moment though.
You need a final moment?
Yeah, before
Before it all collapses?
before it all collapses.
World
Once we find out what the roles are.
Mhm.
Before
At least,
I
did you
die,
roll?
I just want to have that one moment.
I'm trying to, but D&D Beyond is not working.
Roll physical dice.
There it goes. Finally.
That works too.
Okay. I got it.
All right, cool. Striga. Clutch moment. So, Odessa smashes down. Floyd plows through. Hank darts between these zombies. There's a bunch of Fuhrer there. There's fresh blood, and there are zombies pulling towards you. Your face is shattered. You don't feel it, but it's definitely something to like remark on. Hey, what's up? You're all done.
What's
I'll call you Yer. And yeah, you did jump in for a juicy part. This is a mini series about zombie apocalypse, and we are about to fucking like send one of us off. It's gonna be fantastic. Striga, what do you got? You're partly transformed in this chitinous zombie fucking horror. Your allies are all pulling to one side, and the zombies are surging that direction too. But you've got, we'll say, 2 scarecrows on you. 2 of these long, lanky sons of bitches.
So, I think Striga's first.
Eat them.
Yeah. I think Striga's first, like, impressions of the moment are, like,
Mhm.
you know, they are all pushing towards this one common goal, which is getting Odessa okay. He doesn't know exactly what Annabelle's doing, but he's probably
Right.
at this moment figuring that she's going to be laying down covering fire, and he sees these big lanky scarecrow motherfuckers. I think that he would his mind would click into place, and he would follow the path that has been set before him and just try to shear through these big scary monstrosities until the moment that he sees the glint of Annabelle's scope, and sees where it's leveled at, and then kind of follows the trajectory down to where she's about to fire off a round. Is it cliche to go for a flashback sequence on my turn now?
No, not at all cliche.
We're at a really good climax right now.
Like, this is a really great moment for it. Pitch it to me, bro.
So I think we see the reason why Strigo was incarcerated in the first place, which was he was in a bit of a situation over in the Middle East on behalf of the good old United States Army. He was in a circumstance wherein a national was armed with a weapon, or what was thought to be a weapon, and his his buddy, the guy that he was literally on patrol with, ended up getting taken out from down in a different direction, and he couldn't really do anything about that. His buddy just got taken the fuck out, and he ended up committing a war crime, murdering somebody that did not actually have a weapon, thinking that they did, and so he was being brought back from that to be brought up on courts martial for it, and so he feels the weight of this sin like kind of weighing on him. He sees the fucked up thing that he did and will forever stain his soul, and he thinks, not this time. Like, let me be the taint on the world that others can live forever. And he is just gonna, as Annabelle put it, eat these scarecrows and try to eat that bullet at the same time.
Wow. What do you want to try and roll for that?
I'm gonna use my full force of weight to throw my body through these guys, so I'm gonna go with Brawl.
All right, so in my mind, you're like scooping these scarecrows and just like throwing your body into the path of this bullet.
Crushing them into my chest where their biomass will be probably absorbed as I take a bullet to the dome.
We'll see how that goes.
Alright.
So your end goal here, just so that I'm clear, is you're going to take the hit for Odessa.
Yeah. Probably make it everybody else's problem.
Yep, cool. Let's see that roll.
Oh my god, then he's just gonna kill me and Floyd.
We'll see how it goes. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Cool. Odessa, you said you have a flashback.
Oh, okay. Do I get a flashback?
You said you wanted a moment.
Oh. Okay.
You see 4 or 5 different trajectories bearing down on you. You're dying. Like, let's be real here. You're really right on the cusp of life and death. And in this moment, you can maybe see some hazy futures, maybe see some hazy pasts of what could have been. You taste the bittersweet wine of regret. And you also have that honey sweet hit of what could be. So tell me, in these last possible moments for your character, which one of those do you want to bring back to us and share?
Ooh. I would say probably the past.
Tell me about it.
I'd say that you flashback
Mm-hmm.
and you see Odessa with her sister, her little sister. And they're just, cutting it up, enjoying some margaritas and some moon pies together. And this wonderful, blissful little moment of happiness. And you can see that her sister is sick, really sick.
Damn.
And you see that in this moment, this is one of the final moments that her sister has to just be, being alive. This is obviously a moment that Odessa really thinks about in those times where she's kind of by herself. That kind of explains why she enjoys margaritas and moon pie so much.
Yeah.
Just because it reminds her of a happier time in her life. I would say that her sister was more of like almost like a daughter, kind of that.
Mhm.
As the older sister, she was the one who was always looking out for her, and saying that in this final moments, Odessa is kind of washed with a sense of peace, and the fact that she'll be with her sister soon.
Okay.
Goddamn JJ.
That was really nice.
Now let's resolve this. I have an order, and I'm curious how it goes. Red. Floyd, how'd you do?
Got a 5 and a 2.
Mixed success. All right. The needle goes in, it perforates, but you've watched bad things happen to people before. As that pressure comes off the lung, Odessa breathes deep, finally gets a gasp of air as that lung fills, and immediately from your hairline to your collarbone, you're painted red. You bought her moments, but she's still dying. You've got time, but you know that there's not a hospital around. Her chance of living is low. But if you can kill everything around you and drag her back to the Halliday Inn, there's a chance for her. It's not a great one. There's a chance. Striga. Throwing your body in the way of all of hell, tearing everything in the way. It's coming. You can feel that bullet coming. But we need to know where it goes first. Annabelle, how true is your shot?
I have a screenshot if needed.
I don't need a screenshot. Just tell me.
I have a 2, 2 4s, and a 5.
It's a mixed success. It's not going to be a clean death for Odessa, but it's going to be certain. It's going to be something that Floyd won't be able to spend his life on. It's going to be something that you know that he'll see, and he might hate you for. But you know it's something that is not going to be fixed here in the field or even back at the Halliday Inn. You've put the sign on it. You've put your stamp on it. And all God's willing, Odessa will pass. There's a flash of margaritas and moon pies. There's a moment where two sisters are united. Striga, what do you got for me?
A 1, a 3, a 5, and a 6.
Clean. 100% success. There's a shattering moment as all hell comes down. Hank, knowing the emotions of the people involved, being sensitive on that level, being compassionate companion, suddenly lays down next to Odessa. Before the sound of the shot happens, there's a shower of gore across you, Odessa. Floyd, you're hit with an amount of debris that you can only think of a time that you overcorrected on a bike and spilled. It's like gravel hitting you. Fragments. shattered moments of time, questions of morality and mortality. Annabelle, you see your round lance out, final, freeing your companions from a choice that they can't make. There's no chance that they could do this. In a brief moment, maybe you feel like God. Maybe you feel like the one that is judgment. But somehow that moment of judgment is taken away from you. A blurred body arcs its way in the way of your round. And with shattering force, a terrible life is ended. Each of you has to deal with the guilt of it not being yours, because you each carry sins, terrible things you've done, choices you've made, people you've given up. There's only one of you that never has to deal with that. One of you that has escaped Friday Night Zombies, never having to carry the burden of those sins. Striga, you succeed. That 308 shell clatters to the ground. That round buries itself deep inside your corrupted, malignant skull. As it tears through you, time fractures. Peace settles upon you. And something, maybe something, fungally human reclaims those pieces of life. Striga, you die. Your body is shattered, broken. Your brain is scattered across your allies. Your friends and your companions have moments to live. The rest of you watch as Striga's head is split in half. And as that axe blow of a round carves through his head, through the broken throat, there is a howl of malignant anger and loss that you've never heard before. And even though you may not be normally scared, you are fucking afraid. Whatever Striga was, whatever goodness was in that man, and it was scant, you know that, it was holding back something much more horrifying. And right now, it wants blood. But yours, for the moment, is safe. And as it caterwauls and cartwheels aside, it tears apart the zombies that it had gathered close to its embrace. Gore scatters across this entire parking lot, and the things it does from here on out bear no justification in explanation. Suffice to say, it is carnage. Odessa, breath comes back to you through a needle in the chest. You're covered in the blood of your allies. Floyd, the face of your friend that you couldn't save flashes briefly, clearer than you've ever remembered it. And then, poignantly, you realize that in remembering his face, this many years passed, you can't even remember his fucking name. Annabelle, for you, I give you the curse of clarity. You know everything that just happened without a single trace of hesitation or moral ambiguity. Your soul won't lie to you. You just made the move to shoot a friend, to end their life. And one of your other friends just put himself in the way of your bullet. And that's something that you will carry with you lightly maybe part of your soul shrinks back at that idea that you went to kill one friend, another put themselves in the way. Maybe you're not bothered by either of that. Something that you're going to have to wrestle with your character. On that note, I think it's good that we should take maybe a 10-minute break.
Good.
What do you think?
Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after a quick interlude. Welcome back, folks. Thank you all so very much for waiting. I surely do appreciate it. Once again, you can use code RPGINN for 10% off your custom DQ Studios dice case over at ko-fi.com/theshadysale. Check chat for the link. I'll be dropping that shortly. It absorbs the light of the sun so that you can reflect it back with necromantic energy and raise your dead foes to kill your other foes that are not yet dead minions waiting for you to raise to fight your other foes, etc., etc. You make a lot of enemies when you're raising the dead soul. Save me.
All right. So we're gonna do a couple of, I guess, like smash vignettes here. So Odessa, we're actually gonna snap to you first. There's a bullet arcing towards you, and you can see up in a parking garage, Annabelle, cold, steely gaze, firing down, liberating her friends and teammates from your life. The last moment, Striga's head interposes itself, shatters. And as it splits open, from the top of his jaw to the top of his head, an aspirated howl of blood erupts. Whatever humanity Striga was clinging onto, whatever little bits of mortality that was anchoring this body of malice down, just absolutely unchained. As it howls to the sky, and as oxygen pours into you, you can finally get a fucking breath after your fucking ribs have been shattered. Your lung fills with air again. What do? Just flash moments here.
I think first I would probably, now that I can breathe, the first thing I'd probably do is probably make eye contact with Annabelle. Because I'm assuming that she's still looking towards my direction.
Yeah, she's all the way up on the roof.
Yeah, I would say that I'd probably look up at her, try to make eye contact, and just kind of have a moment of understanding. Where it's kind of like, I knew that it was meant for me, and that she was just trying to do what she needed to do.
All right. We're going to rip to Annabelle. Annabelle, that eye contact sears up from the ground. You watch Striga's head part, almost like someone's ripping a curtain in half. It's a fountain of blood, and a horrible howl erupts out of whatever the chest of that creature now is. Odessa makes eye contact, and there doesn't seem to be accusation, just acknowledgement. What do? Flash cut. Give me a quick freeze.
In the brief moment that this whole situation transpires, Annabelle doesn't make snap decisions when it comes to things like this.
Mm-hmm.
She has a little pocket in her jacket, and in permanent marker has names written on some 308 bullets for everybody that she knows. The one for Garrett is probably missing, but nobody needs to know that. And the shell with Odessa's name on it is on the ground right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows that these days might be going to come, and she can stomach that. She's ready for that. And she braced herself to shoulder that. But Striga inserting himself into the way of that and disrupting her acceptance of taking Odessa's life actually sparks a flash of just pure rage that she was ready to take this, and he took that from her. And now Odessa's gonna suffer. Hank's gonna suffer, and Floyd is gonna suffer.
All right.
That'll be fun.
So as that rage bubbles up inside of you, as that that frustration, that lack of control escapes around the seams. We're going to smash back. Floyd.
Yep.
You're covered in an absolutely shocking amount of blood. Odessa's, Striga's, and something rises up, primal, feral, unconquered and undying, triumphant almost. It's like a trumpet call, brassy and angry, burning, sulfurous, just cries out from this creature that stands astride you and Odessa. And you know at this moment, with its head split in half, there's not a bit of anything human in it. But it's very glad to be here. What do you do? Give me a smash moment. As you're dragging Odessa away, as this thing cavorts and gambles.
Well, my objective was to preserve life, and that thing is not life. But if it doesn't look like it's paying me any real, actually, I don't know how the fuck I could tell if this thing's paying me. Is its like general visage even looking in my direction? Because this guy looks like a shitty banana split right now.
Yeah, right. It's a shitty banana split. The head is triumphantly raised to the sky. The chest is arced up, the sternum pointing as if to the North Star. And there's a spout, just a fume of blood echoing forth and rocketing out of what was a split fucking gyring head. It's not paying attention to you. It's very much in itself. You feel almost as if all of the anger and hatred that Striga was projecting outwards, which is a reflection of what was the inward feeling of Striga, has just found liberation. And there's a moment of clarity, a dark, fucking evil clarity that breaks forth from this creature. And in this moment, you might be able to scramble away. Because it doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about any of these other fucking zombies. It doesn't care about the apocalypse. It is the apocalypse. It is an unchained amount of fury directed at nothing and everything. For a brief moment, Striga is free. Striga is dead. It's the only freedom they could have. The amount of anger and self-hatred and acrimony that they carried around is unburdened here. What do you do in that moment? You got like two comic panels.
Quick look, and then realize that no, I'm not going to take that freedom away from them, and he's going to keep dragging. Going to take Odessa inside and try to find a room that he can put her in where she was not going to get attacked.
All right. So you're turtling down, shelling it out, getting out of Dodge.
Yep, not who am I to take somebody's freedom away from them?
It's a terrible freedom. Hank, what are you doing?
I concur, good sir.
It's not for you. At least, what's Hank doing? Hank is a character in this too.
Derek
You're muted, huh?
Sorry. By all means, Derek, you can play if you want.
I know I put you on the line here, but I think one of the great things about the shark is that you've got that connection to a pet. There's something that humanizes you, something that softens you. It's something that's both a tool and it's a lever. So in this moment, tell me what's Hank doing? I'm curious.
Hank is preemptively mourning Odessa. And then Hank himself, even as a dog, dogs have souls. Nobody can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
He's lost a lot.
God.
all
Fucking
by
right.
his own. You know, he's from the farm that Annabelle grew up on. He lost his little dog family and the humans that he knew. They've been through lots of groups on the way out here, and he's sad to see people go because he's even though he's a working dog, he's very friendly, and he's gonna miss Odessa probably because she shared moon pies with him every now and again when Annabelle wasn't around.
Right.
Better not be giving him chocolate, Jesus.
It's not real
There's
chocolate.
no
It doesn't
chocolate in
count.
moon
Yeah.
pies.
They're chocolate covered.
No, that's not chocolate.
That's
Don't
not chocolate.
don't
What
lie to
is
your,
it?
don't lie
Why?
to yourself.
Let's
What is
just
it? Is
say-
it corporate diarrhea? What is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Just
Let's-
because it's chocolate flavored doesn't make it chocolate. The same way I've told this to Nick multiple times. I had a friend who had a severe peanut allergy in high school. She could eat Reese's because
Yep.
there was no peanut content in them.
That's really funny though.
It depends on when you're eating those Reese's, but yes, absolutely. All right. So, what happens when Hank realizes Odessa's not dying?
He's in a little bit of shock, especially with everything that happens. It all happens at once. It's a lot for a dog to take in.
Right.
And he jumps to alert when this creature screams because he's never seen anything like this before, but he can smell that it's dead. And he's probably just going to respond to Floyd dragging Odessa away and flank them, try to keep the base zombies away from them, keep them safe.
All right.
Brave little boy.
Curtain of black drops across the scene. Snap back. Odessa, you're laboring for breath, but breathing is easier. The last thing you recall is Striga's head shattering over you. You're being dragged into shelter. Hank is next to you, almost burrowed close to you. His warmth, his living warmth, is almost too hot. Floyd's hands, thick, almost demanding hands, drag you. There's a panting of breath from Floyd and from Hank. And there's a howling, a shattering howling, something made only by like tornado sirens. It's happening outside. There's a flash of brilliant light and an impact, a crash of thunder. It echoes in the back of your brain. Your mind keeps catching on that moment. Where that bullet didn't reach out. Didn't connect with you. It keeps replaying. Like a glitch. You're able to breathe. You're hurt. Your lungs are full. There's a grating feeling, something that you can almost hear as you move. You're alive. In this flash moment, as you're being pulled back towards the Halliday Inn, what do you do? What do you say?
I think knowing that I was supposed to die and that
Yeah, you
now
know. Yeah, you know.
Oh yeah. Knowing that I'm supposed to die and that I'm not dead makes me feel like it's a waste and that like more people now are in danger because I didn't die.
Absolutely true.
So I think that I would probably, yeah, because I would say that I would probably reach out and grab wherever Floyd's hand is
Mm-hmm.
and just tell him, leave me and run.
All right.
Floyd's Floyd's
gonna-
not.
I'm going to interrupt you.
No, please go
Sit on that for a moment.
ahead. Sure.
We're going to flash someone else. Something else. Striga.
Oh no.
Striga,
Mm-hmm.
you're not human anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're not alive anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're dead. Well, you're kind of dead. But something about Striga still inhabits all of these fibers, these nerves, this spirit, this anger, this ire, this rage, this frustration. What would you say was the negative emotion that drove Striga? Was it shame? Was it greed? Was it avarice? Was it pride? Did you think you
Guilt.
could conquer this? Guilt.
Guilt. His primary motivating factor was the fact that he knew he was fucked and that there was nothing anybody could ever do about it. But he was fucked long before the apocalypse ever kicked off. He was fucked long before he accidentally committed a war crime overseas. He was fucked because he believed himself to be fucked. And fundamentally what that did for his course of actions in life was, in any opportunity where he could have taken a better alternative, he could have taken a higher road, he did not. For that reason, he carried that weight.
So you're like in a guilt spiral.
Yeah.
You never really wanted to be down this path, but once down that path, it just was too much effort to be higher, to be greater, to pull yourself out of that muck. So now, liberated from your higher impulses, from your most noblest of angels, your brain spattered across one of your allies, one of your companions wearing literally the badges of the last bits of your nobility, howling to the sky from a head split in half. What would guilt drive Striga's body to do? You're not alive. You don't make conscious decisions. You're driven by pure impulse, by anger, by self-hatred, by acrimony. Where's that pilot? This fucking monstrosity that Striga is. Do you need a moment?
Striga's gonna make friends. Striga's
Okay.
going to find what is responsible for his own personal malfeasance. He's going to seek out anything and everything that might still hold to some semblance of authority in this new heinous world reborn from the ashes of the old, and he's going to do his damnedest to strike it down low to where it cannot feel righteous in its adjudication of death.
I think there's two different directions you can go with that. One is really short-sighted and very, very proximal. It's very impulse-driven, very gut level. The other is more high level. It's more self-consuming. It's more pyrrhic, or pyrrhic, if you will.
You had it right, Per.
You can go either direction. Pyrrhic is more Greek, but whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll banter about it later. I think self-consuming is more of Striga's vibe.
I feel like it would be some kind of sub-level mythological kind of narrative that we vibes, right? Because we don't exist as the main character in our own stories unless we're telling the narrative from our own perspective. So I think
I do. Get
Well,
fucked.
okay, well, you're smarter than me because I can't do it.
No, I'm more arrogant. It's not smart. I will own and claim that. I am an arrogant asshole. It's fine.
Me too, pal.
Either way, I think he would be setting his sights on the long game, on
Damn right I'm spicy. Fucking Omni.
Some kind of subhuman, not like subhuman like the things from the Descent. I mean subhuman as in like it's a devolved, like newly constructed intelligence. It comes from the humans, but it's nowhere near as intelligent as a human. It's this bestial kind of just intuition that is driving Striga to form conclaves of infected that will eventually
I want you to roll a desperate, great instinct roll.
instinct roll. Okay, let me pull up my sheet.
You should have pretty good on that.
I have 2.
That's really great.
I'm gonna be pushing myself.
You can't.
Okay, I'm dead. That's fair. It doesn't matter. I got a 6 and a 3.
Whoa.
Okay. You're trying to connect with that deeper bestial fucking nature, trying to grip and rip all forms of like hierarchy to yourself. You're discarding the flesh, you're discarding mortality, and you have gone way beyond worrying about who bleeds, who suffers, who dies. I want to paint a vignette here. You're free to interrupt me, but I kind of want to take a little bit of
Please.
cool. So I envision Striga trumpeting to the sky as their infection takes full force, as their mortal soul dies. And then I imagine them racked with this all-consuming guilt that is buried and burrowed into them. And their form bows over, spine arcing towards the moon as their hands come to their face or the ruins thereof. And I see these claws, these talons bury into this crevasse that used to be a human head. And I see them shrugging off, discarding, and hating everything that once was mortal. Those fleeting fears, those fleeting hates, everything about that suddenly becomes cold. Doesn't matter, because those fucking oppositions die. The only thing to surmount is the self. And the only thing that other people can challenge is the identity of being the most fearsome predator, living or dead, ever. And with a howl, Striga rises up, spine cracking in moonlight, talons reaching deep inside this crevasse of the face and ripping open, peeling back his head, his neck, collarbone splintering, becoming a new maw. Just a howling chasm into a dead chest. Talons raking out to the side. Detritus of a body, never loved, never cared for. Started on the streets of a city, never known, never named, never labeled. This is happening while Odessa's body is being dragged away. Annabelle, you're consumed with this. You watch this happen. A consequence of your choice. Person you labeled to die, living. Person you chose to live, dying. Metamorphosizing. Undergoing a terrible cataclysmic chrysalis. we flash to a med bay. Odessa being tucked in, intubated, an IV line callowly slid in, forearm exposed and raw, a howling, suppurating wound to the sky, dashing off into the darkness, eviscerating all others who choose to challenge what once was Striga. Annabelle, on the outskirts, never here nor there, watching both, choosing and being denied. Clean ending, a peaceful passing for the people that they choose to be their friends. Striga, you are dead and never dying. Your howling monstrosity carved through to your heart, consumed by guilt, never to be free, always consumed with that second choice that you could have made but didn't. Neither choice, sacrifice or perseverance, being something that could spare your soul. Odessa, as breath labors into your lungs, as honeyed air fills you, gasp after gasp, you feel yourself feeling as if you are filled with life once more. But even as that heavy air fills your lungs, you understand what it cost. Not just in who died, not just in who lived, and the choices that were made to ensure that as you plunged 30 feet into a concrete bollard, that you alone were the one valuable enough to live, that people would sacrifice their life, their soul, their past, their future on the anvil of your existence. Meanwhile, Hank, somewhere, somewhen, somehow, expects that they will get treats. They are very sad that there are no treats in this world left. That is the shame and disappointment that we will leave off on Friday Night Zombies.
No treats for the.
No treats for the boy.
No treats for any of us.
Nope.
I feel heavier now.
I'm gonna pass this off to you, Derek. It's your show. Go ahead and rest out, bro.
All right. Well, thank you, Soul. That was fantastic. Jesus Christ, that was really.
I do the
fucking
thing,
good.
man.
That was really fucking good. You got to run more on the channel, bro. That was. I always have a good time when I get to play games with you, man. But damn, it's fucking awesome having you run for me. That was phenomenal.
I love running games. I love being this asshole. It's really like this is where I thrive.
It was really good. Well, folks, let's get to shout-outs one final time. If you use code RPGINN, you can get 50% off your DMDM Studios dice case on ko-fi.com/the sale. It is fantastic. It absorbs sunlight and reflects it back with pink necromantic fire. So, check it out. JJ, where can people find you?
Hello, everyone. So my name is JJ. You can find me on Twitter at JJ_Cray, or you can find me here on Twitch at BandReaper97. I had a great time playing with the homies. Soul, you did a great job. My fellow players, you were all amazing. We told a great story. This was a fun-ass playtest. Can't wait for it to be completed, checked out. It'll be lit. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Love you. Thank you for being here, JJ. Love you. Can't wait to play more games with you in the future. You were fantastic. Elise, what's happening, dude?
Hi, friends. You can find me on Twitter and on Etsy. On Etsy, you can find me selling. I'm making character art, much like you see over my frame, for Annabelle. And I'm sorry, I'm not all put together right now. This is
I'm
a
so
lot.
sorry.
No,
We will have a
fucking
post game wrap. It's okay.
Oh, definitely.
it's totally fine. I had a wonderful time, and I'm so happy to be here. I always get really sad whenever something ends. Just like, you know,
Yeah.
can't help it. Just do. And I'm really glad that I got to be a part of it. And thank you all for having me
Thank
be a part
you.
of
Thank you
it.
for being here, dude. You are so much fun to play with, and you are an awesome person. I'm glad that we're friends, at least.
Me too.
Yeah, at least I'm glad we're friends too.
Shut up.
Red, what's happening, dude?
Hey, great transition. Hey, I'm Red, one of the 3 primary colors, and Elise is unfortunately her boyfriend of 4 years. But hey,
Unfortunate. Wow.
for her, not me. So,
Mm.
You about to be a friend for real, for real.
Oh, shit.
I said
Yeah,
it was
no
unfortunate
kidding.
for her, not me. I mean, she's gonna put up with my stupid ass. I don't act like this just on stream.
Oh my god.
I'm
He's not lying about that. I mean,
Can't
I
do
have
it all.
VA Redemption or Virginia Redemption alongside Dim Dim Studios, who hosted this show tonight, and when JJ said, yeah, hail Dim Dim. But you know, when JJ said that this was a really great playtest, I'm like, fuck, this was a playtest. Because like, damn, that really struck me.
Right? I was like really fucking like invested. Like,
It was a playtest.
For real.
See, okay, so I'm gonna spend my time saying, go check me out on Twitter, please. I write books. I'm almost on editing a book. So if you want to read a beta read, if you want to fucking trash on me for like it's 75,000 words, so it's a lot. It's about the average, a little bit over the average size of a novel, about almost over 300 pages. I don't know. But if you want to read that, it'll be out very soon. If you want to trash on me, please.
you have to find him on Reddit.
Yeah. Fight me on Reddit. Fight me on Reddit. I'm ready to go. I got fucking hands. Man, Reddit's got hands too.
Oh,
Reddit do got hands.
Oh no.
Sorry,
I'm,
that was a bad joke.
no. Hey, we find love in laughing at ourselves. But you can find me here tomorrow on Derek's channel. Be doing Covet Syndicate at 6:30. But you can find me a lot on Twitch on my own channel. So Sunday I'm going to be running a game very soon. Keep an eye out for that. We're going to be doing the session 0 for that, and this Sunday. Monday, Writer's Block featuring Soul and Elise. If you liked the episode that they did previously, you'll like this one too, because I'm sure these guys already got some like weird gremlin shit going on in their brains.
What?
To add to the game.
It's a gremlin-free zone. What the fuck?
not
Your
with
brain.
Derek around.
Okay, if your brain works anything remotely close to mine, so it looks like alphabet soup that just like splattered on the wall. So you definitely got
Okay, fair.
But like I said, I'm a multimedia artist. So if you like any kind of arts, I'm usually doing one of them. Currently, invested in painting, getting back into music, blah blah blah. But check me out on Twitch, please. Redemption VA. I'm at like 300, almost 350 followers. I was like, shout up. I was like, nice. But Monday, like I said, will be Writer's Block, which is a world building show. I think every single person here has been on it. And what else? Tuesdays, I do Magic on Tuesdays. This coming Tuesday, I'm probably going to do a little bit of Magic, and then I'm going to raid into Derek's stream at night.
Thank you.
I'll probably just do some reviews of the spoilers so far, so I don't have to do a 4-hour set review again, because that was fun, but holy fuck, 4 hours of reviewing 300 cards is like, but yeah, I'm going to be live on Thursdays here very soon with a Call of Cthulhu game. If you like zombie apocalypse stuff, just like this, I'm going to be doing that. And Soul's a very mean GM, but so am I. So if you like me,
I'm not mean.
Mean as in emotionally charging.
Okay, that I am.
If you like the Cyberpunk game, it's the same exact cast with the lovely addition of Elise, who will be also joining us for that. So we're gonna have a 5-player group.
Yay!
very excited to have Elise on. I had to twist her arm a little bit, but I'm just like, you're gonna love this because it's like literally everything that we like. So yeah. Other than that, I wanted to thank everybody for inviting me on to do playtest stuff, and always happy to be here. Always happy to be in Morgan's games. Always happy to be in, just here on the channel.
I appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate you, boss.
We love having you here at Dim Dim.
Absolutely, we do.
Turn the lights
Turn the
down.
lights out. It's dim dim.
It's dim dim time.
That's right. Turn them. I can't find my fucking light thing. Otherwise, turn the lights down. It's dim dim.
Thank you, Red. Nick, I love you, buddy. So what's
Fucking
happening?
dumbest idea. No. I really appreciate the opportunity to run this game here. Thank you for lending your channel to my playtest.
Anytime.
I've really enjoyed tormenting you all. I love games like this. I love the ability to challenge my players, and I love the fact that the people here at my table, virtually, are invested in that sort of back and forth. It can be really hard to find players that want to rake their own characters over the coals and see them tormented and want them to die. Like, yes, fucking kill me in a terrible way. Everybody has been about that. I love it. I can't fulfill all your needs. I'm sorry. I can't kill all of you.
Some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
It is. It absolutely is. It is a sacrifice I am turgid to make. But
I never have any qualms about torturing my own characters. I don't like seeing other people's characters get hurt. Like,
that's how I can torture you. See? Yeah.
no!
Yes!
Yeah.
I win. But no, expect probably over the next 2 or 3 months, I'm going to encapsulate this into something concrete, maybe do a little bit more playtesting, present it to a couple of people. It might end up on Kickstarter, might end up in someone else's pocket. I love the game. I love what I'm doing here. I really am excited about it. If you aren't familiar with me, I am Soul. You can find me everywhere online as Soul's Rolls. That's ROLES. I have a lot of things I do, hence the name. I do TTRPG stuff. I write. I am a wellness and health blogger. My background is in public health education, and I was a personal trainer for like 10 years. I help people out with that. I do social media managing for a lot of people you know. A lot of people I can't talk about. But yeah, if you see a lot of tweets that you like, it's a good chance that in TTRPGs, I probably wrote them. The big passion project for me right now is RPG In. That's the role-playing games inclusive nerd network. We're trying to raise up marginalized voices. It's a big one. It's not my project. I'm just the guy that is doing like the community management and social aspect of it. JJ, Derek, so many others are really helping us out. I think it's bullshit that LGBTQ plus IA, etc., BIPOC, etc., neurodivergent people, etc., do not get the success that cishet white neurotypical people do. So I'm looking to change that. And the RPG In is how we're doing that. Check us out at RPGin, rpgin.com. Yeah, it's a big thing. End of this month, really going to be rocketing off because that's our launch time. Right now, we're gearing up for it. So, yeah, check it out.
Well, thank you, Soul. Thank you again for running such a fantastic game, dude. This is great. I can't wait to play it some more. I can't wait to...
Oh, yeah, we're going to get some more in.
Oh, yeah. I certainly do hope so. And I also certainly do hope that Striga becomes lore in some capacity. Maybe some kind of new type of infected or like a sample infected.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be a nightmare. It's absolutely a nightmare. We're going to talk about that off stream, though.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, chat, for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to be raiding into Neon Lights roleplay. So let's make some noise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Positive when we get in there. And be good friends to our friends over at Neon Lights, okay? So, love you. I will see you tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for Booty. My currently 5e, it is going to be Pathfinder 2 once we are comfortable with the system. Thank you, I appreciate that. Once we
Can I get a
comfortable with
yar
the
in
system-
chat?
Can I get a yar in chat?
Yar!
Once we get comfortable with the system, we'll be moving that over to Pathfinder as well. At 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, the Morning Castle Part 2. It continues. It's a mega dungeon. I don't know how long it's going to go on for. It might be a while. Don't miss it. Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have a Song of Ice and Fire featuring me and Soul. And, well, I guess Jay's probably not going to be here because she's doing science stuff as the...
Jay is presenting at a physics conference about Kerr Newman black holes.
Yeah.
I'm way out of my depth on this one, and I don't say that about a lot. Like, I'm pretty competent. I'm way out of my depth.
That's fair. So apparently we can't raid into Neon Lights because they have their raid settings
Rude.
off. It's gonna happen.
Really?
So we're gonna raid into Nathan, Reckless Attack Studios.
Oh hell yeah,
Oh,
Nathan,
nice.
what's up, dude?
Yeah.
He's playing some Pokemans. He's got a Tinkatonk that he's going.
Go drop
Crazy
some
one.
frog emotes
What's
in
your
there,
comment?
y'all.
A Tinkatonk. It's a new Pokemon. It's a
Oh.
Fairy Steel. Anyway, Song of Ice and Fire on Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Tuesday, or no, on Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Wands, Wizards, and Wards. Oh my. Gonna be with your girl JJ right down there. Your girl Hooli, and I'm gonna see if I can find a third, but it's gonna be a very different. All I'm gonna say about it until we get there is it's gonna be a very different game of 5e than I've ever ran before. I'm sunsetting 5e in my GMing career, so I want to try out some other ways that other people have done it and see how I actually feel about it instead of just how I react to people doing it. On Tuesday, Death Roll. Do not want to miss that. I'm going to be using a map provided by our wonderful homie here, Red. So check that out, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, Death Watch at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Kill Team Last Bastion with a few of our homies here, and as well as a few more. You are going to be seeing some pretty cool shit on that one. And then next Friday will probably be off, I guess. I don't know how quickly Red wants to start on his new campaign, but the timer's ticking
Not
down.
that quick.
So good night, everybody. We will see you tomorrow.